So welcome to this 7th day of Nisan, full moon in a week. Let's begin our practice seated. And again, if you've just hopped on, the props for today, a blanket and either 2 blocks or a chair for standing poses. Okay, so find yourself a comfortable seat. Sit up on something, whether it's the chair or the blanket, so that your hips are higher than your knees and you're supported. Let's just begin with a couple shoulder rolls, inhaling the shoulders up towards the ears and exhaling, draw the shoulder blades back and toward each other and down. It's a real big journey in that circle. Inhale the shoulders up towards the ears. Exhale, squeeze those shoulder blades toward each other. Widen the collarbones as the shoulder blades come down the back. Take this a couple more times in your own breath. Inhaling up and exhaling back and down. Take your time. Easy jaw, easy brow. And next time you come down, just pause. Feel the length of your neck. I always love that expression, a swan neck. Long neck, wide collarbones. And let's take some sun arms, breathing, send the arms out and up, fingertips extended to the extent possible with your shoulders. So don't hurt your shoulders, just come to where you can come and exhaling down. Again, taking this in your own breath, it may not match mine. Go at your own pace, your own breath. On the inhale, really lifting the rib cage away from the hips. On the exhale, as you press the arms down, imagine that the crown is still lifting, kind of like one of those old school wine openers as the arms come down. You can inhale through the nose and you can exhale through the nose, or drop the jaw and exhale through the mouth. Keep the arms in your peripheral vision as they go. And the next time you come down, pause here. Feel the grounding of the sitting bones down and the lengthening up of the crown of the head. Take the palms together at the heart, evenly pressing right hand into left hand. We're going to take a little twisting in 3 stages. So as you inhale, lift the spine. And as you exhale, twist right, just to the extent you're able. Don't over push it. Inhale here, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, take the gaze over the right shoulder. Inhale back to center. Exhale, pause, ground. Inhale, lengthen the spine. And exhale, spin to the left. Use your core, engage the core, spin the ribs. Inhale, tall. And exhale, spinning a little more, take the gaze over the left shoulder. Inhale, unwind, come back to center. Beautiful. This time, we're going to inhale the arms up. And as you exhale and spin right, the arms come out. The palms are facing forward. Take this really nice, open, lengthened twist. Inhale, tall. And exhale, see if you can spin a little more using the core muscles, abs, paraspinal muscles. Inhale, come back to center, palms together, and exhale down to the heart. Pause here a moment. And feel. Good, so sprouting open, just like these spring blossoms. Inhale, take the arms up, and exhale, sprout it, blossom it open as you spin left. The palms are facing forward, the fingertips are extended. Inhale, tall. Exhale, spin a little more. Inhale, back up to center, palms together. Exhale, release down, pause here. Third time, we'll take the twist the way we're used to. Inhale, lift the arms up, and exhale, twist to the right, taking the right fingertips behind you and the left hand to the right knee or the right thigh. Inhale and lengthen the spine, and exhale and spin a little more. You can press the back of that palm into the knee. Inhale, arms up. Palms face each other or touch. Exhale, bring it down the center line. Good. Inhale the arms out and up. And then exhale, spin it to the left. Plant those left fingertips behind you. Inhale, lift the spine tall. And exhale, you can use the back of that right palm against the left knee to spin. Inhale, coming back to center. And exhale, bring the palms down to the heart. Beautiful. Just close your eyes a moment. Be here and breathe and notice how you're doing right now. See if there's any kavanah, any intention for your practice today that you want to just seed inside. What do you need for care? You can release the hands and open the eyes. Speaking of Chag HaAviv, last week we talked about the 4 names for Pesach. One of them is the holiday of spring. I returned home from, 5 or 6 days away, and we have one dogwood tree right outside our home. And you wait all year for it to blossom. And I looked out the window right before yoga, and it's in full bloom, and it's really stunning. And it did that while I was away. So everything on the East Coast here is really opening up. So welcome on the 7th day of Nisan. It's so exciting to have not 1, but 2 weeks of yoga to talk about Pesach. It's great. So quite frankly, I thought of this already 2 or 3 weeks ago to talk about Chad Gadya, the allegorical song that comes at the end of the Seder, and has many interpretations, one of which is an understanding of the escalation of the cycle of violence. I had this idea a couple weeks ago, but unfortunately, it's really topical. Israel and the world had a devastatingly difficult weekend. Thank God, mostly things are okay for now, but our thoughts are really there. And our nervous systems, no doubt, are really shaken. So I want to just name and acknowledge that's with us in our practice today. How can it not be? This song, if you hopped on early and heard some of it, and don't worry if you didn't, I'll include a couple links to it. The great, great singer Chava Alberstein wrote this Chad Gadya in 1989. She starts with the actual text, but you notice that she stops, and Rachel will include a link to the text if you want to look at it as I'm speaking, but we'll also include it later. She goes through the whole text of Chad Gadya up until HaKadosh Baruch Hu. She stops and doesn't include the verse of the Kadosh Baruch Hu coming at the end after the angel of death. And then she goes into her own story. This song was released in 1989 during the first Intifada. At the time it was released, it was banned for a time, but then that ban was lifted, of course, and it remains a very well-known and integral piece of the Israeli story of Pesach. Just a couple words about the song. She makes the clear message that Israel, that used to be the oppressed nation, has turned into the oppressor, and that we all play a role in this cycle. And again, I know those are hot words right now, and also that it's not just these 2 binaries. It's a really interesting piece to look at. So she says, Chava, Oh, and by the way, the original melody, I thought maybe it was a Sephardic melody for Chad Gadya. It may or may not be, actually. I'm going to look into it some more. But the original writer of the melody is an Italian singer named Angelo Branduardi. And the song is called La Fiera dell'Est. And when I went and listened on YouTube, what's interesting, it's called the Eastern Fair. So I thought, okay, it's some song about the Eastern Fair. And he goes on to say, Il mio padre mi comprò un topolino alla Fiera dell'Est. My father bought me a little mouse at the Eastern Fair. And aside from the mouse being different than the goat, the rest of the animals and the escalation pretty much were exactly the same. So I have to do a little deep dive into researching where that all came from, because it didn't say that it was Chad Gadya in Italian. Anyway, Chava says, why are you singing Chad Gadya? Spring has not come yet. Passover isn't here. What has changed for you? What has changed? I myself have changed this year, and on all nights I have asked only 4 questions. But tonight I have another question. Halayla hazeh yesh li od she'ela. How long will the cycle of horror last? Ad matai imshach ma'agal ha'ema. Hunter and hunted, beater and beaten. When will this madness stop? And what has changed for you? What has changed? I myself have changed this year. I used to be a sheep and a calm kid. Today I'm a leopard and a predator wolf. I've been a dove. I've been a deer. Today I don't know who I am. Hayom ani eni yada'at mi ani. And then she goes back to the text of Chad Gadya. It's a very powerful song. I'm not making any judgment or political statement with this song. I'm putting it out as poetic and artistic study of text. It's really important to hear many voices. And I want to also share with you a poem from Yehuda Amichai, one of Israel's greatest poets, called An Arab Shepherd is Searching for His Goat on Mount Zion. An Arab shepherd is searching for his goat on Mount Zion. And on the opposite hill, I'm searching for my little boy. An Arab shepherd and a Jewish father, both in their temporary failure. Our 2 voices met above the Sultan's pool in the valley between us. Neither of us wants the boy or the goat to get caught in the wheels of the Chad Gadya machine. Afterward, we found them among the bushes, and our voices came back inside us, laughing and crying. Searching for a goat or for a child has always been the beginning of a new religion in these mountains. It's a beautiful poem. So one thing we can look at in our yoga practice is how we can sometimes be overly aggressive with ourselves, and how we can create a cycle of violence within, with shoulds and with judgments and with pushing ourselves too far, or sometimes pushing ourselves not enough can be violence because we don't support ourselves enough in a physical way. So we create a cycle of violence within ourselves when we are reactive, or when we don't look deeply into our own habits of body, of breath, of thought, and of action. So we can kind of bring that lens to bear on our practice today. So come on up. And let's start with a little side bending here. Taking the right hand to the right hip and inhaling the left arm. As you exhale, press the hips over to the side and extend through the fingertips. And you have lots of choices. You could keep hands on hips. You can hold opposite wrist. You can take feet together or hip width apart. Just see where you want to be for a little bit of side bending. And then inhale, press into the feet, come on up, and exhale, release. And we'll change sides. Inhaling the right arm up and exhaling, taking a side bend to the left. Notice how it is on the second side. And inhale, press into the feet as you come up. Exhale, release. We'll do a little bit of a spring cleaning breath. Really open up the system, open ourselves up. Take the legs a little bit wider than hip width. So this breath has 3 sniffs for an inhale and then a complete exhale. Let me just show you once. So it's in, 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 and then exhale. So it looks like this. Kind of looks like conducting. So it's arms out, arms forward, arms sides, arms up, and then exhale down. Let's go. Here we go. Inhaling. Ha. 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 3 more. Last one. And just hanging over for a moment in a ragdoll, knees bent. Whew. And then as you're ready, press into the feet, draw the navel to the spine and roll up vertebra by vertebra. Nicely done. Coming up to mountain pose. Pausing. Good, and then place your blocks near you or chair at the front of the mat. Going to go into a little sun salutes with some variations. We start, we won't be stepping back in the first one. So inhaling the arms out and up. And exhaling, diving over the legs. Hands to the shins or to the blocks or to the chair. Inhale, lengthen the spine, flat back. Exhale, bend the knees and sit it down, chair pose. Draw the navel in, arms out in front of you. Inhale, come on up, extend the fingertips up. Exhale, Tadasana, but take the hands interlaced behind the head. Good. Inhale, let the skull come back into the hands. Lift the heart up. Exhale, pause here. Stay here in that backward extension. Inhale, send the elbows diagonally out. Open up. Little more. Long tailbone. Exhale, come on up. Release everything. Hands back down. Pause for a moment. Breathe. We'll take that again. Inhaling the arms out and up. Exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, long spine. Exhale, sit it down, chair pose. Inhale, press into the feet, come up, lift up. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the head. Inhale, let the head fall back to the hands, lift the heart. Exhale, stay here, root the heels. Inhale, elbows out on a diagonal, opening up wide collarbones. Exhale, release. Pause. We'll take it one more time. Inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, swan dive over the legs. Belly in. Inhale, lengthen the spine, pubic bone back. Exhale, knees bend, chair pose. Inhale, press into the feet to come up, lift up. Exhale, clasp the hands behind the head. Good. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, root the heels. Inhale, elbows widening, magnetizing diagonally out. And exhale, come on up, release the hands. Good, just starting to open the heart, open the body. We'll come into some more movement. Inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, dive it forward. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, step the right foot back, knee down, lunge. And just pulse the hips a little bit forward and back, side to side. Be creative here. Just kind of feeling into what the body needs as you start to open. Good. Inhale, take the hands to the thigh, or inhale the arms up. And then exhale, bring them forward, step back, plank pose, knees up or knees down, and then lower down to the floor. Good. Arms in place at the sides of the rib cage. Inhale, baby cobra, lifting the forehead up, extending all 10 toes back. And exhale, child pose, drawing the buttocks to the heels. Breathe here. Arms extended, elbows off the floor, fingertips open and wide. Eyes of the elbows moving towards the ceiling. And then inhale up to table, all fours. Good, we're going to come into a little bit of cat and cow here. Inhale, drop the belly, lift the tailbone, widen the collarbones. And exhale, round, tailbone and crown drop, mid-back coming up. In your own breath, inhaling, extending, opening. And exhaling, curling. With the least amount of violence, the most amount of care to the spine, to the breath, to the whole body. You can come down on all fours if this hurts the wrists. I mean, on the forearms. That's what I mean. Or you can make fists, right? So you can do the action here. And then pause, come to neutral. We're going to thread the needle. Inhaling the right arm out to the side. Exhaling, threading the right arm behind the left wrist. Palm facing up. Laying that right shoulder down. If you're sitting in a chair, you're just taking the right arm across the body, a little twist. If you're on the floor, looking for nice edge of sensation at the tops of the shoulders, the shoulder blades. You might extend that left arm up towards the ceiling if you'd like. Lots of variations here. You can internally rotate the upper arm and take the left hand behind the back, or even hook it into the right thigh. So see what you need. Good, and then come on down, press into that left hand, unwind, release. We'll take the other side, inhaling the left arm out to the side, and exhaling, threading it behind the right. Find whichever variation you'd like on this side. Lots of breath, lots of care, lots of spaciousness. Beautiful, and then unwinding, coming back, and we're going to step the right foot forward into a low lunge. And then inhale, it's either hands pressing the thigh away or arms coming up overhead. Exhale, bring the arms forward, tuck those back toes and step it forward, folding. Inhale, arms come out and up overhead. And exhale, we're back home. Good, building from here. Inhaling, the arms come out and up. And exhale, dive it forward over the legs. Inhale, long spine. And exhale, let's step that right foot back, hands on the blocks or hands on the chair. A low lunge, perhaps with the knee off the floor this time, and just rock it front and back a little bit. Open up that right heel, ankle, right calf as you rock a little forward and back. Good, and then plant the feet, bend that left knee, so make sure that the left knee doesn't come past the left ankle. You want them in line. And then from here, we're gonna come up. So you can do it slowly. We can take hands to the hips. We could stay here, or we could bring the arms up, high lunge. You might scarecrow the arms, bend at the shoulders, and lift the heart and gaze up. And then from this high lunge, we're gonna blossom out into warrior two. Turn the left palm to face up. Inhale up and exhale, cartwheel the arms all the way around. Frame the left foot and step it back. It's either a plank or knee down plank or forearm plank, and then lower down to the floor in any way you like. It could be chaturanga, it could be anything. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, this time puppy pose. So the arms are straight and we're dragging the tailbone back as if we were going to go into downward facing dog, except not with the toes tucked and lifted, right? So it's downward facing dog in the upper body, and you might lay the forehead to the floor, but the knees are down, spine is long, and the puppy is wagging, your tail behind you up towards the diagonal wall. If you'd like to come from here to downward facing dog, you can. It's just an option. And pedal out the feet. And then we're going to step the right foot forward and between the hands. And bring the hands to the blocks again. Low lunge, knee up. Of course, feel free to take the knee down variation, any way you like, and a little rocking front and back again. Great, and then we're going to build this sequence. So hands to the right thigh, or to the hips, or coming all the way up. High lunge. You might bend the elbows and lift the heart. Good, and then we're gonna blossom out on the next exhale to warrior two. Breathe here. Turn the right palm to face up. Inhale and lift. Exhale, full cartwheel here. Frame the right foot, step forward. Inhale, arms out and up overhead. And exhale it back to center. Pause and breathe. Good, we're going to go one more time through the cycle and add a couple other standing poses. Inhale and lift. Exhale and fold. Do this as easily and gently as you can. Non-aggression. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, step the right foot back. Good. Inhale the arms up, high lunge. And exhale the arms out, warrior two. Good. Inhale and straighten the legs. Exhale, we're going to come into triangle pose. So perhaps you have a block right there for yourself, or the chair, or your shin. Finding triangle. Legs are straight. The bottom ribs are extended. Top arm might be at the hip, or you might come up. Good. And then from here, we're going to hop out into half moon by bending the front knee, take the back hand, the right hand to the hip, hop forward, place the block, and come on up. Half moon, balance pose. Good. When you're ready, lower down, coming back into triangle pose. Press down into the feet, inhale and lift up. And exhale, warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. And exhale, cartwheel the arms. Step it back, lower down. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, bring the forehead down to the floor. Good. This time, inhale. You can stay right here. Or if you'd like to go a little bit further, we'll come into Sphinx pose. Forearms to the floor. Pelvis pressed down. Tailbone is lengthening. Tops of the feet are active. Nice arc. No crunching in the low back. So if you feel any kind of glitching, you want to just make it lower. Likewise, if you want more, you'll press into the hands and come up perhaps to a full cobra or even upward facing dog. Breathe here, pulling the heart through the chest. And then exhale, lower down. Inhale here for a moment. Rock the hips from side to side a little bit. And then as you exhale, yogi's choice. It's child pose or puppy pose or downward facing dog. Your choice. Always your choice. Wherever you are, be there. Lengthen the spine. Lengthen and activate through the arms. If you're in down dog, you can pedal out the feet if you'd like. Good. And then we're going to inhale the left leg back and up. That's if you're in, right leg. And then step that right leg forward. Other side. Okay. High lunge. Inhaling. This time you're going to get the backside view of these poses from my end. Exhale, warrior two. Good. Inhale, straighten the front leg. And exhale, we're coming into triangle pose. Both legs straight. Hips are shifting left. Good. Work into the pose. Gaze can be forward or up, depending on your own neck situation. Then bring that left hand down to the hip. We're going to prepare for half moon by bending through the right knee, starting to hop forward. Place the block, or maybe your hand is on the chair. Find your balance. That ankle is at the same height as the hip, not higher. Breathing here, easily, no aggression. And then slowly make your way down. Back to triangle. Inhale up. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale, lift the palm, reverse warrior. And exhale, full cartwheel around. Frame the right foot and step forward, folding. Good. Inhale the arms out and up. And exhale, dive it back over the legs one more time. And then we're going to just bend the knees and sit it down. You can grab your blanket again if you'd like to sit up a little bit. No, I changed my mind. I changed my mind. We're going to come onto the back. Gonna come onto the back and take a little bridge sequence. But first, let's just land here. The feet are in line with the sitting bones. Knees are bent. Bend the elbows and place the palms onto the hip points where you can feel where the hip bones are, and have the fingers at the low belly so you can feel the breath coming in and going out. Just allow yourself to land for a moment. Allow the spine in its entirety to land. Good. And then straighten the elbows, extend the arms long. Just rock side to side a moment. Tuck the shoulder blades under you a little bit. So you have some opening across the upper chest. You're a little lifted in the chest and ready for a bridge pose. So inhale, press into the feet and lift the hips. And as you exhale, curl and lower down one vertebra at a time. Good. Inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips. And exhale, lower down vertebra by vertebra from the center of the chest down. And now let's add the arms with the inhale. So as you inhale, press into the feet, lift the hips, and also let the arms rise overhead and behind you. And then as you exhale, vertebra by vertebra, also bring the arms down. So you're giving a real massage to the spine. And now let's refine this. So instead of just pressing into the hips and lifting like a block, the whole spine, let's curl the spine up as we inhale, vertebra by vertebra. Arms are also still coming up and down, vertebra by vertebra. Keep that moving in your own breath. Inhaling and lifting. And exhaling and lowering. It's like a wave. Really nice and gentle. Good. The next time you come up, stay up. Keep the hips up as you exhale and take the arms back down and roll the shoulders under you a little bit more. Maybe you'll grab opposite sides of the mat with your arms as you lift. Maybe you'll clasp hands under you as you lift. See what's available to you. Lift the center of the chest up towards the chin, but not all the way to the chin. And we're not tucking the chin, we're just lifting it. Good. Press into the feet, particularly the inner heel and the ball of the big toe. The buttocks will engage, but don't squeeze them extra so that we really maintain some love and space for the low back. Good. Let a little bit of heat build in the thighs. Don't let those knees splay. Feel that they're magnetized toward each other, and that'll keep a parallel situation for the thighs. And when you're ready, you can unwind, release the hands, widen the shoulders, and roll down vertebra by vertebra. Nicely done, everybody. Give the knees a little hug to the chest. Feel free to exhale any sound. It's really good for you. Sigh, a moan. Nobody can hear you. You can let those knees rock side to side or make circles or take happy baby. Just see what would be really delicious. And then when you're ready, a little bit of stillness. You can place blocks under your knees, or you can roll the blanket under your knees or thighs. Or you can put the blanket under your head, the blocks under your knees, whatever you'd like. A couple moments of stillness. ready to come back, take a deep breath or two. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Make your way up to a comfortable seat with a tall spine. Wishing you a Pesach Sameach. A nourishing, love-filled, discussion-filled, lively Seder and liberatory Pesach, within or without. Prayer for Israel, Mekor HaChaim, source of all life, who values life. Spread your Sukkot Shalom, your shelter of peace, over us, over all of Israel, over all the world. Amen. And we extend our practice, the benefits of our practice, our energies outward toward anyone who needs safety and support, and in particular to the hostages who are, I believe, on day 191 of captivity. So as we've been doing every week, let's join together for Achenu cultivate Israel, part of our liturgy, asking for safe, speedy return of the captives. We need them home. You can follow along in the Hebrew, in the transliteration, or you can just listen. Achenu kol beit Yisrael, achyoteinu kol beit Yisrael, hanetunim b'tzara uvashivya, העומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם ויוציאם מצרה לרווחה ומאפלה לאורה ומשיבוד לגאולה השתה בגלה ובזמן קריב. Taking a couple of deep breaths to seal your practice. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Shavua Tov, everyone. Chag HaPesach Sameach. Chag HaAviv Sameach. The birds are chirping. Zman Cherutenu Sameach.